wisdom. Without being aware, I tend to be fascinated by it. And I think the reason for that is the nature of wisdom. It's elusive. You can't grasp wisdom like you can with knowledge. A teacher teaches knowledge, and a mentor teaches with wisdom. And it's interesting that when it comes to wisdom, it's referred to as teaching with wisdom rather than teaching wisdom, because you can't teach wisdom. You can only guide someone towards attaining it. Teaching with wisdom, that says a lot, really. When people use wisdom, it feels like it isn't necessarily coming from them. Unlike knowledge, they're using wisdom rather than teaching it. It's like a substance. It doesn't seem to come from someone. It doesn't seem to come from a mind, really. It comes from a different layer of being a human. It comes from the layer of experience. Wisdom does not come from figuring things out. It comes from experiencing things out in a way. Whenever someone says something wise, it's like they're taking a trip down memory lane. Intelligence is what figures things out, yet it can never grasp something as a whole. Wisdom knows a whole, but it can't comprehend itself. Ironically, people become wise from being a fool, which is the opposite definition. Obviously, if you are going to do foolish things, you will learn quickly, and then you will become wise to whatever you failed, and then you are a wise person in the end, but really you are just a fool in disguise, glorified fool. What is the wise quality in a person? Is it to know what to avoid, how to avoid pain in life? Is it to know exactly where to go, to not be lost? Or is it to know the meaning of life in some weird way? I've thought about it a bit, and I've found that wisdom is to be aware. The wise quality is to be aware. A quote I've heard a couple times from a famous guy in history, Socrates. He said, "The only true wisdom is to know that you know nothing." He's created a threshold of what defines true wisdom, and that threshold is to know that you know nothing. So how did he come to that conclusion? If we flip his quote, we can find that all the places where we think we know what's going on, I found that that's actually where we're blind. That's actually where we're unaware. As I said, the wise quality is to be aware. The things that you think you know are your blind spots, because you have captured something within your distorted perspective and you've labeled it understanding. And that's not something that you do, by the way. That's something that we all do. Something that I'm doing right now. I think that I know what I'm doing, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I suppose I'm wise. But we label what we think we know as understanding, yet in doing that we are also misunderstanding, funnily enough. The things you think you know cast shadows of ignorance. These shadows are dangerous and unwise. So, to know you know nothing, that's the true wisdom, not because you know nothing, but because you cannot know something. It's like we are hopelessly, constantly grabbing onto understandings of life, understandings of things that are around us, clinging on to what we think we know, when we could just let go and surrender our understanding. There are infinite perspectives to one thing. There are infinite changes that are happening everywhere in real time. Knowing you know nothing is what defines true wisdom, because with that, you begin to see things clearly for what they are. You see things without your assumptions and without your distorted perspective. That is what it means to let go of your understanding, to finally see something with clarity. And that is why I said that the wise quality is to be aware. Not just to be aware of everything around us, but to be aware of our ignorance, as said by Socrates, because our ignorance is infinitely more real than the things that we think we know. Our ignorance is infinitely more real than our knowledge. So again, in seeing painful things, when we suffer, I'd say a lot of the reason is because we are holding on to our own understanding of what suffers us. Our mental pain hurts us as much as we hold on to our pain. And why would we do that to ourselves? It's because ironically, it makes us feel secure in a way. We hold on to our pain because it makes us feel like we're in control, like we have a say on what's going on, but we never did. What we are doing when we think we know is we are slicing our awareness again. We are casting shadows of ignorance, and our awareness is our source of wisdom. Awareness is the quality of being wise, because what you are simply aware of, not what you have entangled yourself with in thoughts, those are the things that do not touch you. Those are the things that you see for what it is. You see it with clarity, and that is a great foundation to decide how you'll choose to react to whatever happens, I think, because what makes better decisions than a wise person? I wouldn't know, really. I don't really know anything, but at least I know that. That's not me saying I'm wise, by the way. I don't really know. I don't know if I know. I know, I don't know. Alright, I'll leave you. I'll let you get on with your life now. I hope that will shape your day in a good way.